What's up, guys? So we're gonna go through all of my buys throughout the year. Some were good, some were okay, some were great, and we're gonna start off with earlier in the year, so January going all the way through May, June, July. This could also help you if you're buying them from the store, like you have the Foot Action app and you're getting releases every week. Even if you're also just sourcing them online, same thing every Saturday. Sneakers app, Foot Action, East Bay, all of those. This could also help you out. I have 3 tips along with the full video and the full breakdown. Some stuff you probably already know, but at least we can talk about them, what I learned about buying these in bulk, and also some of the one-off buys as well. The Nike SB Dunk Staple Panda. This shoe, remember, all of them I ordered months in advance. Tip number 1, size does matter. So when I bought these shoes, I only had one size 10. The other ones were like 11, some, like I think it was 11, 11 and a half, 12, and 13. Wasn't a great mix at all. So the money that I made off of it, it was okay. I could have done a lot better. And usually people tell you, hey, go for the lower sizes, especially now. It really depends on every single release. Everything is different. During this time, I had no clue what was going on. I just wanted to get an order to get something in, which I did, but the sizes, they were okay. So now if you're online looking at like Yeezys or Jordan 1s, all of that, more than likely you're gonna go through 8 to like 9, maybe a 9.5. But the funny thing is, when I bought the Bred 4s, since those are more of like a retro shoe that older sneakerheads can enjoy and really appreciate, then actually size 13 and some 11s sold a lot quicker than like 8 and 9. So every release is different, but for the most part, all the hyped up stuff, especially going on now, 8 through 9.5 is your best bet. Turbo Greens. Time I do a live show, I get the random question, DMs in the chat something, what are those shoes behind you? And they're all Turbo Green Jordan 1s. Now, I did a little bit better, at least what I could get my hands on when it came to these. Some size 10, but then again, some of them, the bigger sizes, like 12 and 13. Okay mix, a little bit better than the Staple Panda, but this one I could have done better, but I've been super patient on them. And it's kind of funny now, I've been tracking it, the market has been going up. I think now for a size 10.5 and 11 have also gone up at like 220 range, so I'm really happy about that, especially getting them at retail. I'm just gonna hold on to them. So this one was not a good buy. I mean, I didn't lose money, but looking back at it, I was like really playing the numbers. I was like, look, I'm getting them for $130. Retail is pretty high on the shoe at $185. I have like $55 to work with here, even if they did stay at retail price at $185. I was like, cool, I can make really good money on this. Release time came and I was like, man, no one is buying these. Nobody wants to spend $185 for snakeskin low, especially in the color. And also the quality was okay to decent. They're so cheap, why not? Let's try it out, let's go. But I didn't really want to go like 10 deep or 20 pairs deep because I wouldn't see that, you know, significant results. I went 50 deep, and this is tip number 2. You have to know when to fold. I could really use that money to reinvest in something else. So for me at this point, I was like, I just hope they don't even go to the outlets because nobody's buying these. Sneakers app had them for the longest time. Finally, now they have sold out, but the price hasn't really gone up. And a lot of the sizes are still at like 150, 155 range. And even then, I wouldn't be making anything. So I was like, I need to get out of this. I need to get this money back and put it into something else. Bred 4s, we don't really have to talk about them. We know, we saw them from the last video. Margins are great and still keeping them. Let's see for Q4, holding on to like more than half of those still and waiting for the margins to be right. So we did well on that one. Now the Jordan 11 light bone was a little interesting because I didn't get that many pairs of them, but the same thing, they were just so cheap, and the color was also better than the other snakeskin colorway with like that bluish greenish color. So for this one I was pretty confident about it. I definitely didn't lose money on this one. I made decent money for them coming in, not really having to source anything like that. Would I would have bought more of them? I mean, I'd rather put my money into something else. The margins were okay, but based off also the last snakeskins, I had no clue what was gonna happen. So for this one, I made out good. Could have done better, but future other releases, I know now. Now we're getting to some of the pairs I was very limited on, but really great deals, especially looking at the market and where they're heading. Yeezy Glow, only 2 pairs, size 8 and size 9. You can see it a little bit better there. Go around the bottoms. So for these, I did pay retail on them. I really like the sizes that I got. They have gone up. Now we're at like $620, $625 range. I remember when they went up $400, and honestly, that was probably the time to buy from StockX, buy from GOAT, and keep those while they keep increasing in value. But I have these 2 pairs at retail. They're going up, and in December will be interesting, but if I can wait even longer, then I'll definitely do so. Fear of God's definitely a weird shoe, and the box is so huge and heavy, kind of like a mini unboxing. So same thing, I bought these months in advance, and I've never purchased any type of like Fear of God shoe, especially these with the Fear of God 1, and seeing them in person, they are pretty awesome. Look at this like bag thing that it comes in. So I have a mix. I have 4 pairs of this sail or light bone, I think is what they call it. And then I have 3 pairs of the green one, 3 pairs of the orange one. Looking at the sizes, of course, the smaller sizes, the best option. I have a slight mix. I think the lowest I have is a 10. That one is obviously the one selling for the most compared to the other ones. Orange is doing okay, green is doing better, and this one's doing a little bit better than the green color. So we have 3 different ones, so I'm holding on to all of them actually, because I know they're not going to be, at least they shouldn't be released again. They're only going to go up in value as well, not like they're anything like a general release, so there's a lot of them out there. Yeah, keeping them for the long haul. So this one is wild. Yeezy Black Reflective. I'm trying to see if we can get some better camera footage on here. Maybe I can zoom in, but even then, seeing the reflective part, it's kind of tough. I'm right here under the light, but Black Reflective, I did pay up a little bit more. 1 pair only, pick whatever size, and that's it. These are very limited, very tough to get. So I chose size 8, but any size pretty much at this point in this shoe, in this color, is a win-win. And maybe like 7, 8 listings at the most on each app. So that's wild. Right now selling for about $1,800, and I'm just gonna really ride this one out. So now I have my honorable mentions, and these are shoes that I picked up from either one of the apps, GOAT or StockX, or from the Foot Action app. So being a VIP member, doing all that, going in store to pick them up on Saturday mornings, and one of them, which you already know, Travis Scott's, and I've showed them on the other video, picked them up for retail, waited in line in LA when I happened to be in town, because here in El Paso we don't get any limited stuff at all. It's like very rare when we do. I haven't worn them. They're in my size. They're right here. Smell nice and fresh, and putting those back in. So these, I felt like they were slept on, and maybe people didn't really think how well these would do. I picked up a size 9 in El Paso from my mall, and here we go, Jordan 1 origin story. So some people call them Spider-Man. So these have gone up to $525 more or less in a size 9. I did pick them up for retail. Also picked up an 11.5. Whoever doesn't pick up their shoes, most of the stores just raffle them off, or you can wait in line. I think I made an extra like $75 or $85 at that time. I could have been a little bit more patient on that one as well. I decided to sell them. 11.5 to 13. They're doing okay, but nothing like 8 through 9.5. And the last shoe we also saw earlier throughout the year when I did a StockX unboxing, I decided to buy another pair in the same size. I was just waiting for the right price to come down. So I think this one ended up paying $960. One did sell, I think 4 or 5 days ago for $1,500. So they're only gonna keep going up as well. I had my other personal pair that I bought for myself. I haven't even worn those yet. So tip number 3, going for the early steals and deals when they come out. So besides the Vapor Max, I think the Yeezy Glow would have been great, picking them up at even at $400, $450. Now seeing them going up to $625, probably go up to $650 next. Really just putting money into different assets that are just gonna keep going and going and going up. You know, once people get their shoes from the sneakers app, that's usually when you see it drop. So constantly checking StockX and Go to see when you can just get one of these steals at the lowest price possible, because some people are just out there to make a quick buck, not even looking to make really good money from it. I've seen people buy Yeezy, you know, 700s, and they're making like $18, $12. They just want to get their money back, reinvest in something else, and they're making 30 bucks, maybe even 50 bucks. But if you have money to invest, then yeah, try to get them at the lowest price possible after everybody had received them. It's gonna go up in value. They're all brand new with box, so you're really nothing to lose there. Unless you really need the money down the road to reinvest in something else or maybe an emergency, then you can just, hey, cash out, get that money. But I think for seeing these things as investments and having these assets here, I think it's definitely worth it. And just keep monitoring those prices, especially in the low end when everybody just gets them shipped. So we are done. Let me know what you think about the 3 tips about buying certain hyped up shoes and in bulk and what I learned from it. You're probably already doing this, buying, you know, from the mall, from the sneakers app, everything else. But let me know if you've been buying from Go and StockX and just kind of holding on to the investments and waiting for them to go up depending on the shoe. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one. Go out and get it.